and we'll get connected.
Hi,
Hi, good morning.
good morning. How are you?
Well, I am feeling all the angelic vibes. I am feeling just so good this morning. How are you?
I'm doing good. Of course, I'm like super excited because we get to talk about like two of my most favorite things in the whole world. Well, of course, I love Reiki, but
Yeah,
crystals and then angels and just that
yeah,
energy and that. So I'm excited. I think it'll
yeah,
be fun.
me too. And I have to give a huge shout out to Molly because Molly was the person that really connected me to an angel, and I saw its physical manifestation in person after I had a session with her. So angels, Molly, just have a very special place in my heart. So I have
Aww.
to thank you for giving me that beautiful experience of, really seeing an angel in person. It was amazing.
That and I wish I could have seen it. That was like the coolest thing because your eyes, it was like
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing. And if you guys want to hear the story in detail, it on Molly's episode on our podcast and YouTube, we talk about it on there. And
Yeah.
by the way, for those of you that have listened or watched that episode with Molly, how much do you freaking love her even more?
Well, like I said, I was so out of my like comfort zone. I was like this little like nervous. Yeah, I think I went back to like my public speaking days in high school or something like that.
Yeah. Yeah, and but it did not come across like that at all.
Yeah.
It is the one of the most viewed episodes.
Oh, well, I love it. And I'm
Yeah.
just, yeah. And I had so much fun with you. And yeah, so I'm so excited.
Yeah.
All
So
right.
do you want to take the lead? Do you want me to take the lead talking about angels and crystals and Reiki, or how do you want to do
Yeah,
it?
however you want to do it. If you want to talk about a few crystals, and then I'll kind of talk about how I work with the crystals and
Yeah.
angels, and maybe.
Uh-oh, Molly, it looks like I've lost you. Oh, there you are.
Am I back?
Yeah, you're back.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So if you want to like talk
Yeah.
about, some of the crystals, and then I'll kind of interject, and then also just talk about ways people can connect
Yeah. So I have
too. And you'll talk, and then yeah.
So what I've done is I brought out some of my personal favorite crystals that help to amplify angelic energy, do help us to connect on a deeper level. I always like to preface everything that these are just my suggestions, and that if you feel called to a certain crystal, then trust in that. So I don't have any rose quartz on the table right now, but rose quartz may call to you to connect to the angelic realm. So I am always a big believer in do what feels right to you. But these are some of like the industry standards for angel connection or like other realm connection, but also some of my personal favorites as well. You're going to see a lot of blue on the table, and you're going to see a lot of clears and whites on the table as well. So my first, not going in any particular order here, I love them all. And it's probably not going to show up really well on camera, but this is an angel aura quartz cluster. So,
Is that
and
like what I have, my favorite from you
yes,
guys that was gifted to me? But that
yes.
one's different. That one is more just
So this is clear quartz. Yours is an amethyst. So
okay.
yeah, yours is an angel aura amethyst. This one's clear quartz. Anything angel aura, obviously the name alone lets you know it's going to help you to connect further to the angelic realms. My second, and you guys can go ahead and make a list. And if you guys have questions about these crystals and maybe how to use them to connect further, we can go into detail about that. But I'm just going to run down the list real fast.
Yes, yeah.
So this one, I actually have a mala that was made for me, and it incorporates angel light. And angel light is that beautiful, just soothing color blue that you're seeing there. And this is my connect to the angels mala. So when I am wanting to talk to angels or connect with them further, I put this on or I hold it in my hand during meditation. And I absolutely love the energy of angel light. It's very calm. So where clear quartz and things like selenite are like super high vibrational, Like
Yeah.
angelite is just
Yeah.
really calming and soothing, and it just feels yummy inside. The third one I want to go over is one you guys may have not seen before or may not be familiar with. This is called angel wing quartz. And I wish I
Gosh,
could get like a
and yeah, I don't think I've ever heard of that. And what's so funny, I've heard of angelite. I don't have any angelite. Isn't that crazy? Some of these ones that I need, such as last time Tiger's Eye, which I definitely need for my Leo fire energy, and angelite. And I don't know. I usually go for like the bigger ones. And maybe can you usually only find angelite like smaller, or do they come?
well, angelite comes in rough raw form, but it also comes in polished form. And typically you're going to see it more in polished.
Okay.
And
Yeah.
it doesn't, I'm not going to say it doesn't come in really big crystals, but the majority of angelite is going to be smaller in scale.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's probably why, because you know me, I'm like
You
like
like the
big
big
dogs.
babies like I
Yeah.
do.
Yeah.
So this is called angel wing quartz. This is a form of gray amphibole. And amphibole creates these wispy wing-like inclusions in the quartz. And I'm not sure if it's showing up well on camera or not.
Yeah. I can see it. Yeah.
But this is a more high vibrational type of crystal to use to contact angels in the other realms.
What was
The
that one called again? I'm actually going to write that down for myself.
Yeah,
What?
it's so the trade name, like the street name,
Yes.
is called Angel Wing Quartz.
Angel wing quartz. Okay.
Yes.
That's
And
gorgeous.
then like the technical name, it would be called an amphibole quartz, and it's AMPHIBOLE, amphibole quartz. And once you see these like in person, you get why it gets the name. It literally looks like there's angel wings on the inside. It's an
Wow.
incredible crystal. The next one I want to go over is definitely one of my favorites. I love Skullsite. This is it in its raw natural form. It's in a spray here, but we were lucky enough to get it because it's pretty fragile, right?
Yeah.
So we were lucky enough to get some in hearts and palms.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, so I have that actually polished down in a heart or a palm. So great to use during meditation, great to carry along with you for that angelic energy and to help you connect further.
And can I just say that's what I love about you is that like, I mean,
Oh, thank you.
I feel like I know, I love crystals. I know a lot about crystals, but every time that you're on, I always, and we're talking, these are ones that I don't have in my collection where of course now I'm like, oh my gosh, I've got to get these, but you always have like, I feel like the most unique and beautiful, I don't know. I've never, and that's another one I don't
Well,
have.
that means a lot to me because I really make it a point to carry something for everyone. So whether it's like an avid crystal collector, they just love crystals, they love geology, or they love the metaphysical properties of crystals. Yeah. And I always try to carry it in forms where you can use it or you can display it. So thank you for saying that. That literally means so much to me. My goodness. So skull side. For those that want to know how to spell it, it is SCOLE, skull site, CITE. And I, just by chance, I do have just a couple of these available on the website if anyone feels called to this. My next one, oh my gosh, we got to talk about celestite, baby. We got to talk about celestite. Also known as Celestine, an icy blue crystal. I actually keep this one by my bedside. I love its energy. It's, again, kind of like angelite, where it's very calming and soothing. It's not as punchy or as energetic as, say, clear quartz is or a skullsite is. So a more gentle way to connect to the angelic realms. Celestite or Celestine. Love, love, love this crystal.
I have to show you
yeah.
mine, Dana. That was where did I put her? Oh, I put her over here. I brought it in from because I have crystals obviously at my house, and this one I keep in my bedroom, but it was gifted to me from a really special friend. Actually, she's more like my mentor. But
I love that. And Brittany, I'm just responding to Brittany on my end. Perfect, perfect, perfect crystals for your daughter in that situation. She said, my daughter had her high school entrance exam test. I had put a piece of green aventurine and tiger's eye for her. So I just wanted to confirm and affirm for
Yes.
that is such a perfect combination for what she's going through right now. Mwah, love you. Okay, go ahead. Sorry, Molly.
Well, it was more just showing, but this is my,
Oh, yes, honey.
yes.
Oh my
And
God.
so this is like so special to me. It was given to
Beautiful.
me, like I said, by one of my really good friends. And, but I keep it at home. But now I'm like, oh, maybe I need to bring it to the office. I normally have this in my
Yeah.
bedroom, but it's so magical. It's so
Oh,
beautiful. It's,
what a
yeah.
gorgeous piece of celestite. And I mean, you can tell the energy in celestite. Obviously, it gets its name for the celestial type of energy it has, being kind of like from the other realms, outer
Yeah.
space, the other dimensions. And it literally will feel like that to you in a calm way. Yours is absolutely gorgeous. Oh, I just got chills. Ooh. All right. I got to put in my favorite, amethyst. Amethyst is all about the third eye and the crown chakra. So we think about when we connect to the other realms, we definitely want a little bit of third eye and crown energy opening up, being a little bit active. And amethyst is always one of those crystals that just does it for me. So I always like to include this in when connecting with other realms. So you're going to see that a lot of these crystals are crown chakra oriented, but also throat chakra oriented.
Mm-hmm.
And why is that? The throat chakra is all about communication. So when we are ready to openly communicate with whether it be a person or another entity, another energy, we definitely want to incorporate the throat chakra to be able to communicate. So
Yeah.
you're going to see a lot of blues in here as well, such as trolite, or also known as trolleyite, just kind of like tomato, however you
Mm-hmm.
want to pronounce it. This is called the spiritual stone. So we think about
Another one. See, I don't know. This is another one
there
I
you
need to
go.
see every time. Okay, say this one again for me.
Okay, so I'm
Trolleite.
going to spell it for you. It's
Okay.
TROLL,
Uh-huh.
trolley, EITE,
Trolleite.
trolleyite. Yes, or trollite, as some
Mm-hmm.
people would call it. It's a combination of three different crystals and minerals together. And this one helps to aid in your spirituality, your connection to spirit, and progressing that along. So, this is always one that I incorporate in anytime I communicate with the other side, trolleyite. And then I have, this might be a new one to some people, it may not be. This is a cluster of damberite.
Yep. Another new one. Yep. Yep.
Okay, so this is usually like an icy pink color. It can be clear on occasion. Mine is pink, but it's getting washed out a little bit on camera here with the lighting. But this is called danberite, and
Amber.
it is considered one of the angelic stones or the angelic
Wow.
crystals. And I keep one of these on my altar, and then I keep another one for me to pick up and use as well. But I keep one on my altar to actually honor the angels and the guides that I work
Yeah.
with. And this is a super high vibrational crystal, kind of works the same way as quartz does. It really does not need to be cleansed. It cleanses itself just like selenite and quartz does. And it stays high vibrational. So, another great one to have in your collection if you are wanting to connect. The second, I'm not on the second crystal, Dana.
You're on like the, I don't know.
Oh, no, I'm on the eighth one or something at this
Yeah.
point. You guys, I got to throw in clear quartz, right? Clear quartz does it all. It's the master healer, and it's the one that is so easily programmable and chargeable with your intentions. So I'm all about setting your intention with your crystal. So I always have clear quartz. Again, anytime I'm connecting, anytime I want to receive messages, anytime I want clarity, let's say from my angels, I need help
Yeah.
on something. Angels, come help me, give me clarity. I have clear quartz. Now you can see I have clear quartz in the form of an angel. So I do want to talk about that for a minute because
Yeah.
the shape does matter. So if you really are wanting to honor your angels, which by the way, they love that. Angels, spirit guides, they love to be acknowledged. They love the thankfulness and the gratitude we have for them. This is a great way to honor them on an altar or just in your space somewhere. So I do have a clear quartz angels for my angels. And then last but absolutely certainly not least, we're not going in any particular order here, is one of your favorites, Molly, is selenite.
Yes.
So, named after the moon goddess Selene, Mother Moon, Grandmother Moon, all about celestial vibes, all about high vibrations, all about spirituality. And again, helping us to clear the path to
Mm-hmm.
connect to the other side. So, those are my top crystals for angelic connection, but also just for connecting to the other realms as well.
Yes, I have to say, of course, selenite is my go-to, and I
Yeah,
do. I feel that energy. It's so pure. It's so high vibrational, and I always say, I just feel like it does. It brings like light into your body.
yeah,
It truly. It's almost bringing that like pure energy, helping just to kind of clear and in a powerful but very gentle way. I feel, so.
and Brittany, I just want to, acknowledge your comments there. I love you. And yes, you are growing, girl, with your crystal collection. I'm so proud of you in the ways that you are being specific with how you're, choosing the crystals that are calling to you and then using them in your magical life. I just want to acknowledge her for that.
And don't you think, Dana, so like we can talk about, the ones that hold that vibration or the property, right? That people say, oh,
Yeah.
you should get this, or use
Yes.
this. But ultimately, and I know, I'm sure you feel the same way, it is really what you are drawn to. It is really what it is that, of course, and using that intuition. I mean, just like
Totally.
we're talking to, Brittany about, it's really
Yeah.
just understanding, and maybe for whatever you're using for that day and you're asking the angels to kind of come in and help, maybe they're guiding you, hey, use this crystal today, you're
Yeah.
needing this energy, you're needing to be grounded. So really kind of almost listening to your intuition and allowing them to kind of help you to choose what it is that you need. I don't
And
know, I love that too.
well, I love that you said that because I 100% agree. Just because I'm suggesting these crystals don't mean that they're going to be the one that you feel called, to
Mm-hmm.
work your practice, to work within your practice.
Mm-hmm.
So it really is all about a feeling. And I will be the first to tell you, you are the power, you are the magic. You are only limited by your own beliefs. So whatever you're feeling and whatever you're believing in your soul or what you're guided to, trust that. So
Yeah.
for some people, connection is labradorite.
Yes.
They want
Yeah.
labradorite. That's their one crystal that they feel drawn to for that purpose. Now, while it's not in my set here, it doesn't mean that I might not for one day go pick it up to connect to my angels or my guides. I might just feel
Right.
really drawn to it that day. And I trust that. And I
Mm-hmm.
will be the first to empower you and not limit you to what you are choosing for your metaphysical toolbox. So if you are like, Dana, I appreciate all of these, Molly, I appreciate everything you're saying, but I really like optical calcite. Like I'm feeling optical calcite today to connect with angels and guides. By all means, that is your crystal you're supposed to be using. And I love the fact that you touched on that intuition, like that hit, that download that you're getting could very well be your own actual angel
Yeah.
telling you this is what we prefer. This is how we like to
Yes.
connect with you. Oh, I just got chills. Thank you.
Yes.
Confirmation. Thank you.
Well, and I love that because it is like, people will say, how do I connect? How do I hear them? How do I? And, it is, it's not a lot of times this like, it is that quiet inner knowing, that inner
Yes.
voice. And it's learning to really trust yourself and get
Yeah.
to know yourself. And so when you have that gut feeling about something, or when you have that, you're going, like for me, reaching for like the caramel candies in the middle, like before I go to bed, and they're like, yeah, maybe you don't want to do that, and it's like, it's a subtle,
Which was me last night, by the way.
oh, me too. Yeah, chocolate covered caramels with the sea salt. Yeah, no,
Ooh,
I ate like
yes.
3, stuffed them in my mouth, and then went to bed. I'm not kidding.
Oh, I
I
did.
literally did that.
I literally sat in bed with a bowl of cereal, which I never freaking eat
Yeah.
ever. And I knew like my ego was telling me you want this,
Mhm.
but my soul was like, you don't need this, girlfriend.
Yeah.
But my ego went out.
Yeah.
I didn't listen.
Yeah. Yeah. And like even I even think like crystals that help to kind of calm the chatter in your mind. I always say
Yes.
calm the chatter in your mind, so
Yes.
then you can really like hear your higher self or your angels. And it truly is just that, and it's trusting in that and knowing that yeah. So
I 100% agree. We're always on the same wavelength and thought, with how we work our magic.
someone just said, I'm watching and they're eating chocolate in bed, I think. That's what they're saying. So,
Honey, you are my
hey, you're
people.
in the right place.
You are my
Sometimes it's like
people.
Nutella. I'm just like, it's bad.
Brittany over here said chocolate always speaks to me. That is my main crystal.
Mhm. Yeah, there we go. Yeah.
So I want to talk to like how angels speak to us, but we may not be listening. This is something I've learned along just doing this for years now and being aware. So our awareness is definitely key. And angels love, and you can tell your side of the story too, Molly. Angels
Yeah.
love to give us signs.
Yes.
And angels, this is how angels feel to me. And this is just my inner knowing of angels, but also what I've kind of learned that resonated with me. Kyle Gray is like the angel expert, right?
Yes.
And a lot of what Kyle Gray teaches and talks about resonates with me. So I find it to be truthful to my soul.
Mhm.
And he says that angels are basically the messengers of God and they are pure love and light. Okay. So it's an energy.
Mhm.
It's an essence of creator, of God being sent to us to deliver messages to us, to protect us along the way, to walk with us along this life. And I find that very comforting. It's like, we're never alone. We always have some type of energy on the other side with us, always. But it is up to us to be aware of that energy and when they're coming through for us. And the way that angels come through for me are always angel numbers. So you see 1111, you see
Mhm.
444. And that to me is always a sign that I'm on the correct path, that I'm in alignment. I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing at that time. Everything is taken care of. But it's also a sign to me that I'm not alone. Like they're here walking with me. And so when that happens, I always take a minute and I just smile and like I laugh. And I'm like, thank you. Thank you so much for being a part of my day. Thank you so much for being a part of my life. Thank you for parting the clouds today so I could see the sun. They literally feed off that gratitude that we give them because they are so high vibrational. They are at that vibration of gratitude. So when we raise our vibration to match that, they're going to keep giving us more signs. And I
Yes.
find that just very comforting. Angels
Yeah.
also come to me in sparks of light.
Ooh, I love that.
Yeah, or flecks of light. So it's those lights that look like little flickers or little sparkles, and they catch your eye or they run across the room. And to me, that's always angelic energy that just is kind of letting me know, hey, we're here, we're with you. And I always see them, and I see them literally every night now. I'm so aware of it now. And I'm
Yeah.
so appreciative of them now, especially after seeing you, Molly, after that session. Oh, I just got chills. Oh my God. Like, okay, thank you, confirmation. Thank you. Like, I'm full of energy. It feels amazing. You guys probably think I'm weird, but no, I'm
No, they don't. They no.
but that's them confirming, yes, we're here.
Yes.
So I also feel it in the form of chills and
Mhm.
energy running through my body, especially when I'm talking about them.
Yes.
That's how angels like to present themselves to me. I also find feathers. So if I'm just outside walking, taking my daily walk, or just letting Scarlett out to do her business, I might just happen to come across a feather. And to me, that is a gift from
Mhm.
spirit, from creator, as a messenger via the angels to me to let me know, hey, you're not walking this path alone. We're here with you. And I always take that moment and say, thank you so much for this gift. And the more that I do that, and the more that I practice that, the more that they keep coming, the more
Yes.
signs I keep getting. And it's a beautiful way to experience God-like creator energy.
100%.
Yeah.
And I think that it is, it's like the first step too, if you're wanting to connect with the angelic realm, our guardian angels, is they respect our divine will. So it's
Yes.
like we have to ask permission. So
Yes.
literally if you're going to do anything to first connect is give them permission and say, I want you to come in, I want you to help me. I ask, that you be present. And and that's so beautiful because they do respect what we're doing.
They
But
do.
if we ask for their help, they will show up. And it's a lot easier, I think, feeling and seeing before the actual hearing, the
Yeah.
loud, because a lot
Yeah.
of times
The
it is
ringing in
that
the ear. Yeah.
quiet, our own inner self, right? But
Yeah.
yeah, like the chills, the goosebumps,
The ringing
for
in
me,
the ear is another one.
yes.
That high pitched.
Mm-hmm. Ringing in the ears. For me too, the numbers, they show up, and I send it now. It's kind of like a thing within my family when I'm driving license plates. So it'll be
Oh yeah.
222,
Yeah.
111, 444. And I'm always like, thank you. Yes, that's
Yeah.
how. So, in license plates,
I
that's kind
love
of how
that.
they,
I'm
um,
big on signs. I'm really big on
yes.
signs. So, like when I need guidance or confirmation on something in my life, I always ask my guides and my angels, give me a sign. Now,
Mm-hmm.
sometimes I get really specific with them. I'm like, I want to see a pink flamingo on a balloon. Like, that's freaking
Yeah.
right, right?
Yeah.
But I might just be flipping through my phone and for whatever reason, a pink flamingo on a balloon shows up. What are the chances of that? It's no coincidence. So I do receive signs,
Mm-hmm.
but we have to be open to do that. And we have to ask, just like you said, they do respect our free will.
Yeah.
They do.
Yeah.
So until you actually start trying to form a relationship and being more aware of them and asking them, they might show up, but it's not necessarily going to be as strong, until you start establishing that relationship with them.
100%. And I truly believe it's like
Yes, Brittany,
when
they do.
you think of angels and when you think it's like it is that coming from that place, like you said, of gratitude, but
Yeah.
of a child, like there is nothing, who's probably the angelic realm going to be around? Children,
Children,
animals,
animals.
nature. And why? It's
Yeah.
because they vibrate at such a
Yes.
pure
Yes.
place and fun. And it's like
Yeah.
it doesn't have to be all, it can be like in laughter and joy. They
Yep.
want to be around that high vibrational energy. But it's not to say it's like when I'm feeling sad, when I am down, when I am in my darkest moments, it's not that they are there. If I, they're there to help lift me up. And
Yeah, and it's always like we go to prayer too. Like we
mhm,
go to prayer like when we're in our darkest hour, it's our last resort,
mhm,
and we start asking then. But it has been presented to me that we need to do this every day with them.
mhm.
Especially like you're wanting to conjure that
Yeah.
relationship, right? You
And
want
it's even
to
like you can just say, I ask, my guardian angels, I ask my angels to just remind me of your presence, just send
yes,
me and help me
the
know that you are
music.
there. So then when you're receiving that, it's
Yeah,
whether it's a feather or a cardinal
yeah,
or a certain flower or a penny, all those can seem very insignificant and people will be like, oh, I don't know, I saw that, but
right.
it truly is
There's no
that is their
coincidences.
way. Yeah, and
Yeah,
it's not like it's going to be this loud like, "Hey, here I am." Whoop, whoop,
right. And
They have to be able, yeah.
it's not like they're going to come and be like a person. You
Yeah.
know, we think I think like a lot of us have ingrained in our brain that they look like a person with wings,
Mhm.
you know, and we think that's how we're supposed to see them. That's not how they vibrate. Honey,
Mhm.
they vibrate on a level that's not in our dimension.
Yeah.
So we always try to put a label or make it look really pretty how they're supposed to look, but it's more for me in any way, it's more of a feeling that they're here,
Mhm.
and they're light, they're pure light. So when you see those little flickers of light, when you see those little sparkles, you see those little flashes, more than likely you're being visited by an angel.
Yeah. And I think through music too. So,
Oh
um,
yeah. Yeah,
through
love that.
songs, through music, there's also messages. So if you're going through like a difficult time, if you're having a really hard day, or if there's just something, or maybe you're thinking about someone who you love that has passed, and you're sitting there and a song. Oh, I'm getting chills all.
Oh my God. I just got
Um,
a smell of flowers. Like, what is that? Thank you. Thank you
um,
for that.
it's kind of like they're letting you know that they're there, and it's
Yeah.
that memory. And so it's
Yeah.
all of those. And I think too, it's believing in that, coming from that childlike essence where children still believe, they have a
Mhm.
knowing, they are still connected. And so it's being open, and it's asking, and it's yeah, inviting them in, and they're there to help, and in any aspect.
Do you personally have any tips for contacting angels?
Like I said, the first step would be asking and just
Yeah.
saying, I want you to come into my life. I need your help. Um, and for me, like Archangel Michael is someone that is very, I work with I work with a lot of angels. Archangel Michael is one that I always ask for protection and for
Yeah.
help and for strength. And so, yeah, if I'm getting ready to go out or like do any type of energy work, I always ask him to come in and first clear my energy of anything that I might have picked up, any
Yeah.
just like gunk or emotional things, so that my energy is nice and clear. So I first ask him, please come in and clear any, negative energy or any energetic cords that are not mine, send them to the light so that I'm,
Mm.
a pure vessel. And then I ask for his protection. So I'll ask him just to kind of protect me in a golden light. For me, it's a golden energy. It's a golden
Yeah.
light kind of pouring me down, shielding my energy. And yeah, so helping me
Just
to
simply
ground in that. It's simply ask. And
yeah.
honestly, the practice I feel is going to be um, with that individual, because what works for me may not work for you, but it's
True.
that visualization, it's that connection. Sound frequency is to me huge.
It
So
is me
even
too.
raising, like I have the like for instance this one, which is
Oh
they,
yes.
yeah, it helps to they say bridge heaven and earth. It's a very high vibrational energy.
Love that. Oh my
Here.
gosh.
Yeah, and bringing that energy into your home, and like you said, bringing the crystals into your home, making a sacred space, and having that, whether it's the angel, the clear quartz angel, and different essence like rose and lavender. There's so
Yeah.
many. I mean, there's so many different ways. It's
Yeah.
it's
Yeah. I mean, my top way is just to ask. Like
yeah.
the moment you plant the seed, the
Mm-hmm.
moment you make a decision that
Mm-hmm.
you now want to connect to a higher frequency, a higher energy, an extension of source, right?
Yes.
That's it.
Mm-hmm.
Everything will then be put into place for all of those magical things to then start happening. It is now up to us to be aware when something happens, when they give us a gift or a sign,
Yeah.
and then two, to be appreciative, like to give that
Yeah.
gratitude back to him.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for the sign. Thank you so much for this gift. Thank you so much for coming and blessing me today. Thank you for always being here. Like I start my day off, like when I get into meditation to start my day, I always do like a little ritual or
Mm-hmm.
ceremony beforehand. And I always call in my angels, my archangels, my guides, my spirit guides. But I don't just invoke and call them in. I'm also being very thankful and grateful that
Mm-hmm.
you guys are here holding me. You all are always here. And I'm so thankful and grateful for this sacred time and sacred space with you. And I have found that when we get in that gratitude state, that vibration, right?
Right.
Super high vibration, the highest you can be,
Yes.
you will feel more connected. You will start to get more inspiration. You will start to channel. You will start to get more downloads, and they will come to you more often. I am proof positive that this can happen. And I am proof positive because it happened with you, Molly.
Oh,
I
thank you.
you when you did that session on me, that Reiki session, healing session,
Mhm.
I was vibrating so high after that. Oh, I got chills. I had no other way to exist than to be completely connected, like to love source energy.
Yeah.
And I saw it, I was able to see it manifest in person. It was just for a little bit, it wasn't there
Yeah.
for, but it was enough to let me know that what I had connected to, what you had assisted in connecting me to, was real. And what I was feeling and what I was experiencing was 100% source creator energy, an extension of that in the form of an angelic being.
Well,
Most
and
beautiful experience of my life, one of.
well, I appreciate that.
Yeah.
And yeah, and I want to like talk about that because when I connect or when I'm working with someone or when
Yeah.
I'm on a body, and a lot of times when I feel that energy and I'm really connecting into that angelic energy, oh gosh, I might get emotional. It
Yeah.
honestly, and sometimes even on my lives I'll do it. The the energy and the emotion, it feels it is pure unconditional love, but sometimes it brings me, I get emotional myself because it's
Right.
almost this overwhelming sense of beauty. And
Yeah. And that's
I
what
can't,
happened. That's
yeah,
what, do you remember
it's
me
more
crying?
a feeling. um
Do you remember me crying when I saw it? And it was just,
yeah.
it was so beautiful. I wasn't scared. I wasn't sad. I wasn't anything. It was just so freaking beautiful. I was having this emotional release experiencing it. I
Yes.
get it.
And it is, you can't really put it into words. Sometimes it is
No.
just this and I think what I love about it though when you're talking is that I truly believe when we connect with the angelic realm, when we connect with the angels, all they're doing is reflecting our own inner beauty to
Mm-hmm.
back to
Yep.
ourselves, and they're really honestly just saying this is you,
Yep.
we this is actually a reflection of you, and they're helping to remind us of our own inner
Oh
strength,
my.
our own beauty. And I want to say too, I think that sometimes feel like maybe they don't know that they're intentionally doing this, but it's like, oh, I'm not worthy of this or this energy, or they have more important things to do, or they need to. And that's simply not true. It's, they
Yeah.
can be, their energy, so they can be with it sounds, multiple people in multiple places, and they
They're,
can
yeah.
literally, I say, Archangel Michael, stay with me day and night, guiding me, guarding me, protecting me of all things seen and unseen. And I ask that because he can do that. And so I just want people to know that, like, I think that's the thing, that you are worthy of that, that you're not taking away from anything else, that they are pure energy, that they are pure love. And all they are is honestly a reflection of your own true
Yeah.
heart, soul being.
It's like
Um,
it's a
yeah.
remembering in yourself.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just,
I,
and yeah, I mean, it's just,
I love that. I love how you explain that because it truly is. This is always you. You are just an extension of
mhm.
creator, right?
And yeah, and don't you think, Dana, like the signs, because they have to show us because we're human, where it's like,
Yeah.
and then sometimes I'm sure they're like, oh my gosh, Molly, are you
Oh,
not
yeah.
listening? Like,
Yeah.
but like that, it's like, well, why can't I hear them? And it's like, well, honestly, it's one of those things. If you have been denying, like not listening to yourself or just being dismissive to yourself for so long, I think that it's harder. I think it's learning to trust yourself again, to know that when you get that thought, like, I don't know that I should go there, or it's really learning to tap in to that your higher self, because that's how they come in, honestly.
Yes.
So you have to trust. You have
Yes.
to get to love yourself, to know that you're worthy, and to trust yourself to really hear. So sometimes it's those outside signs that are easier at first,
Exactly. And
like the chills, and yeah.
that is how they love to talk to us because that's when we typically respond.
Yeah.
We're like, oh, okay. Oh my
Yeah.
gosh. I
Yeah.
just heard something. I just, whatever it may be.
Yes.
But that's how they grab our attention.
Yeah.
And then it's up to us. What do we do with that? how
Right.
do we keep that relationship alive on a regular basis? And it's just like what Molly said. She calls in Archangel Michael every day. So
Yeah.
it's a practice. You know,
Yeah.
this is again not just something we call upon them as a last resort. You know,
Hmm.
it's what we typically go to. It's about conjuring that relationship on a daily basis in our normal everyday practice. But it's not something that's going to take an abundant amount of time. We can
Hmm.
just simply sit still. Thank you, angels, for being with me today. Guide me, direct me, give me the signs I need to see, you know, whatever your mantra, whatever your prayer is for them.
Right. Yeah.
But it's literally as simple as that. And the more that you do it, the more you will start to see things happen, feel things happen, hear things happen, whatever your, you know, best clairs are. And then with crystals, they just help to amplify that energy. They help
Yes.
to amplify your intention. So when angels or beings on the other side, entities, energies on the other side, I like Archangel Metatron.
Hmm.
Me and Metatron are like bros.
Okay,
Okay?
and really fast with
Yeah.
that, Dana. I think this is also really important because I think it's really interesting.
Okay.
So I call in like before I have a team of angels, right? And I have them place.
Yeah.
I call them in. And there are some that it's like I can feel better. I can feel their energy better. It's almost like I work with all of them, but it's almost like personalities or like your friend.
Totally.
And you just kind of
Totally.
like vibe better or like you connect. So I love that like yours
Yeah.
is Metatron and I love Metatron, but I'll tell you, I have a harder time. He's not like I always call him in, but so it's also like you said, calling, getting to know them and
Yes.
knowing who you vibrate with more.
Yes,
So
and that is essential. And the way Kyle Gray explained it, which I love, because he said it is to his understanding, being working with angels for so long and being a medium.
right.
He's amazing, guys. That angels come in forms of archangels,
Mm-hmm.
but they also can come in forms of past loved ones that
Mm-hmm.
now vibrate so high they like left this realm in their own truth, like they were super high vibrational when they left, and that's usually in the form of children or in the form of animals,
Mm-hmm.
that they can then become your angel on the other side. So when we think of like our past loved ones, you know, they pass and we say, oh, I've gained an angel, you very well could have. And
Mm-hmm.
they don't have to be like these supreme beings of archangels. They can literally be, I think a lot of my pets are now my angels. I know
Yeah.
they are. I don't think they are.
Yeah.
I know they are. They visited me in that way. Um, and I find that very comforting. But it's like we, as like humans, we want to put like a label on everything because it makes it look really pretty, and it makes
Mm-hmm.
us like our analytical brains, it makes it make more sense.
Right.
And I think it just to be open to, you can have a supreme being, an archangel working with you, but you can also have these other versions of angels, or what we would label as an angel working with you. And it is all about finding the one that is connected to you. So like, you know, Molly said, she calls in Metatron, but she doesn't feel like super connected to Metatron.
Mm-hmm.
I do. Like
Mm-hmm.
Metatron is the only one that right now I feel like super connected to. Like that
Yep.
is my go-to.
And you
And
know, that may because you love crystals, you love the geometric
yeah.
shapes, the patterns, and that's what he's all about. And so he's and I can
Well,
see that with you. Your crystal grids, all
okay.
of that.
Yes,
See?
I am
Yes.
like, I'm so happy you said that because I want to touch on this.
Mm-hmm.
Think of, you know, I love sacred geometry. So like
Yes.
Metatron is like the ultimate form of sacred geometry for me. I just think it's beautiful, right?
Yeah.
So in sacred geometry is an energy.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like the building block of the entire universe, everything that is living and breathing, like everything is based on these either simple forms of sacred geometry to the more intricate.
Mm-hmm.
And in all sacred geometry, there is, what is there? There's angles
Mm-hmm.
and there's arcs,
Mm-hmm.
circles, and, you know, things of that nature. Put that together, archangel.
Yeah.
Like archangel,
Yeah.
archangel.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
it is has been presented to me that archangel energy is sacred geometry in the
Mm-hmm.
form of a being.
Yes.
I
Mm-hmm.
get chills every time I say that and every time I
Yeah.
think about that, because it literally is the initial energy that's coming from creator, from source, from
Mm-hmm.
God, however you like to label that.
Mm-hmm.
It is now an extension that is being presented to us on this 3D earth plane for us to feel or for us to see. There's little, literally arc and angles in everything. It's the
Mm-hmm.
building blocks of everything, of creation. And that energy, that supreme energy that all of these archangels are based on, is sacred geometry. I can
Yes.
get real woo woo about
Yeah,
this, but
but
I
it
just,
is. It's in everything. I mean,
yeah,
even the sunflower, like there's
yes,
it's the
yes,
the tree of life, the different. I mean, there's Metatron's cube.
it's in
It's
every,
fascinating.
and you think about, well, we're an extension of creator, but these higher vibrational, multi-dimensional beings known as
Mm-hmm.
archangels, we're just an extension of them too.
Mm-hmm.
And it's hard for our brain to really grasp that. I think it was for me anyway, because I tend to be a little bit analytical now that I've gotten through my shamanic
I
practices.
think that's why you like me, and I'm not. I'm not analytical. I'm like, woo, yeah.
It's
I'm like
so
this like
true.
creative, like So
Yes,
yeah, so that's probably why I have like I know, yeah.
it's so true. Well, I'm practicing and learning to be less analytical. And what, let's see, I lost my train of thought. So
Sorry.
no, 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 it's fine. So okay, everything is an extension of creator. And
Yes.
so I asked my mentor, I was like, how am I an extension of an archangel or
Mm-hmm.
of creator when it feels, when we've been separated by this hierarchy,
Mm-hmm.
right? Because we think of God, then
Mm-hmm.
archangels, then angels, then, you
Mm-hmm.
go down the list.
Yeah.
She finally gave me my aha moment that it's all just existing at the same time. And we have a little bit of that essence in us at all times of all things. We're
Mm-hmm.
so interconnected, we don't realize it. And until we can open up our minds and expand enough to understand that and to grasp that, I feel like that's when spiritual awakens happen, is when we know that we're interconnected and we are literally, we're an extension of that archangel. Yes, we can call upon them, but we always have a little bit of their essence in us. It's just a remembering.
Yeah, it's a reflection. It is.
Yeah.
They are literally reflecting our beauty, our light at the purest, our instead of being in this, human form body and all the
Yes.
emotions and everything that's happened to us.
Yes.
It's truly helping us to remember
We're not
the
separate.
yeah, that we're not separate. And someone that I think is really interesting when I started my journey, and I don't know if I'm going to say her name right. It's Lorna, Lorna Byron, Lorna Byron, and she started seeing angels at a very young age, and she tells her story, and she also talks about, of course, we all have, we're talking about the archangels, but I believe that when we're born, we have a guardian angel that stays with us as
I do
well.
too.
Just that is around us, that is always there, that will be with us when we're born, and also when we leave, this
I do too.
earth. But she talks about how there are all of these helper angels. Literally, they're like on standby, waiting. They're
Yeah.
like waiting for somebody to say. And she's like, it could be like, I need help passing a test. I need
Yeah.
help. I don't care what it is. And by being specific and asking them to come in,
Yeah.
it's like they're just waiting. So
Yeah.
and
And
I
you're
love how
not
you said
like,
animals too, because
yeah,
that
you're not like imposing on them either.
no.
Like they're multi-dimensional guys. They are at a frequency that we, in a human form, it's hard for us to understand. They
Mm-hmm.
can literally be a gazillion different places at once helping someone. So
Yeah.
you're not imposing on your angels
Yeah.
to ask for help.
Yeah. Yeah. It's literally just starting that relationship like you would
Yeah.
with any friend, like you would getting to know anything. It's just inviting, it's asking, it's developing that relationship, that friendship, that love connection. I mean, it
Yeah.
truly is.
Yeah,
And
and just showing like you're putting in the effort, because once you show up for spirit, spirit will show up for you.
yeah.
This is it, it's a cohesive relationship. So there has to be a fair energetic exchange with everything. And so like I like to use crystals to help me connect, but it also, like say I take this Light Tower and I charge it or program
Mhm.
it to have a deeper connection to let's just, I'm going to throw this out here as an example,
Yes.
my
Yeah.
guardian angels. Well, I'm now using the crystal energy and charging it with my intention, which is the power. And now
Mhm.
that's being amplified, going out into the ethers, out into the
Mhm.
universe. And so to me, I feel like the angels and the entities rejoice because they're like, oh, she's putting
Yeah.
in the effort.
Yeah. Yeah.
Let's go. We're
Right.
being called, it's being amplified,
Mhm.
right? So
Yes.
they're getting the ping, they're getting the sign, and then they're going to come to you
Mhm.
with whatever it may be for you, however it shows up for you. But it's almost like they rejoice in like how much effort you're putting into making that relationship deeper and that bond deeper, because again, it's a fair energetic exchange. You showed up for
And
them, they're going
don't
to
you
show up for you.
and don't you feel like, I know, connecting with, your angels, source, that higher vibration, right?
Yeah.
Also, it is easier when you yourself are vibrating
Yeah. Oh
at
yeah.
a higher vibrational energy.
Yeah.
So by using these, this is one of Dana's. This is the most
That's the
gorgeous thing. It is so special.
that one.
Someone gifted this to me, and it is so near and dear to my heart. I use it on almost all my lives, and I always say this energy is the essence, I feel, of Reiki, of what I see. It's almost like prisms of light.
Yes.
And so when you use crystals, you then, right, because we might be vibrating like down here, but then when
Right.
we place this on us,
Yep.
then our energy, our vibrational energy starts, vibrating at,
Expanding and being
yeah. So
projected
it makes
out.
it easier. But like,
Yes.
look, this right here is pure magic. I
I mean,
mean, it is the
if that
most.
is not, if that is not like
Oh,
angelic consciousness in a
it
crystal.
is. Oh, it's like, to me, and I also like, yeah, it's so powerful and beautiful, and that is
Well,
called, what is it?
yours that you have is
What is
angel aura amethyst.
angel? Or, I mean, just, and you can just see it.
Yeah.
I just visualize that, like light, just all of those colors. And that one
This
is
is quartz. This is angel aura quartz.
okay.
So
Yeah.
the base of your crystal is amethyst. The base of mine is clear quartz.
Okay. So
Yeah.
this is angel, amethyst. No,
Angel aura.
aura, amethyst. Every time I'm on, I'm like, aura, angel, amethyst, aura. What is it? Yes. Angel,
Well,
aura, amethyst.
and I want to touch on what you do because you talk about the vibration. So like when you're vibrating at a higher frequency, you are more open to receiving, you're more open to connect, you're always connected. Let's just put that out there. You're always
Yeah.
connected. It's whether you're aware of it or not. Now if you are vibrating at a higher level, you're going to feel it more, you're going to be
Mm-hmm.
aware of it more. Your healing sessions, your Reiki, all
Mm-hmm.
the different modalities you use naturally raise my vibration
Mm-hmm.
100%. And I think that is part of the beauty of Reiki and your Jinshin Jitsu and what
Mm-hmm.
you do. Because after a session, like a different person, baby, I'm vibrating at a different level. And honestly, like it's so much easier to receive messages. I saw freaking angel,
Yeah.
because I was vibrating at that level. So the more that we continue to vibrate at that level, the more we're going to continue to feel that connection, get downloads, channel, have psychic mediumship, all the things, right?
Yeah.
So I
100%. Yeah.
I
And
want
I
to
think
touch
that
on
helped me on my.
what you
Well,
do to assist that.
thank
Seriously.
you. And it, what, as a little girl, I was always very connected to
Yeah.
angels and all of that. But and then I got older, and I always still was, but with the energy, it does it, from my own self practice, it really just helps me. I always say, when I do a session, when I'm working and I'm feeling that energy,
Mm.
it feels like I'm going home, because it feels
Mm.
like I'm
You are.
not alone. Like, I get emotional about it because it is this
Oh,
unconditional love that I feel that. And it's so beautiful, because when I'm working on people, I get like emotional about it, because it's so beautiful, but it
yeah.
is, you feel that, just like what we talked about, their pure essence. But
Well, you
yeah,
are going home. That is your essence. Like your
yeah,
natural essence is to be unconditional love.
yes,
But being a human, we are here to experience all the emotions. We chose to come here and experience all these emotions. So we're not naturally always vibrating at that level. Well, I don't think we're meant to. So
no, we can't keep, I mean, and it's
you
not saying
can't.
like I'm always like, oh, walking around. I mean, I have my days where I'm like, oh my God, you know what I mean? And
Of
it's like,
course, we
but then
all do.
it's like, all right, I gotta like readjust. What can I do
Yeah.
here to like help,
Yeah,
so
but you're like a reset for me. Like you bring me back to where I need to be. And
yeah.
I want to let you know, Molly. Brittany said I feel so much better after her TikTok lives. I can only imagine what in person feels like. I can tell you that her in person sessions are life changing. And then Julia 5555 said I do too. I love an in person with her. How
Aww.
sweet.
How do you work through it when you're not vibrating? When you're not, so are you asking like how, like, yeah, if you're having a really down day? And
Well,
I think that's where crystals can
yeah.
assist.
So first and foremost, honor
Yes.
that you ain't feeling it today.
Yeah, and it's okay.
Yeah,
It
that
it is like,
exactly.
it's like, I am done. And you know what? It's okay. And I'm going
Yeah,
to lay on my bed and eat Nutella and turn on Netflix and
exactly.
whatever.
And listen, it's okay to not be okay. We are
Yes.
here to have a human existence. We are not here to vibrate at a connected level. Well, I'm sorry, we're always connected. We are not here to vibrate at a super high level all the time. If we were, we'd be in spirit form. Okay, we would
Yeah.
not be here, period. So first thing is just being aware that you're not feeling okay and honoring that and just saying, okay, I don't feel good. What I would recommend doing is not trying to get out of that. Just
Mm-hmm.
stay in that for a little bit and ask it what it needs. Do I
Love
need
that.
to rest? Do
Mm-hmm.
I need to eat? Do I need to go meditate? Whatever it is for you, and honor that feeling. Then when you feel on the other side of that, then you think about, how do I raise my vibration? So there's a lot of ways to do that. Going out to Mother Earth and walking on Mother Earth and being in nature will naturally raise your vibration.
That's
Well,
the best.
guess
Yes.
what crystals are? They're
Mm-hmm.
from the freaking earth, right? So they're vibrating with
Yeah.
Mother Earth energy. So just me personally, I do prefer to work with crystals to raise my vibration. If it is,
Mm-hmm.
I like all of these actually because these are very high vibrational crystals, selenite and clear quartz. Bam, take a selenite bath. Wave your selenite
Yeah.
over your body with the intention
Yes.
of releasing
I
what
like.
no longer serves. Look at us. Look at us, selenite
Yeah.
sisters.
I like placing it, and someone just, and I'm so sorry for your loss. Yeah. Flower Power, her
Oh,
sister passed away yesterday, and I want
oh,
to
I'm
say
so
something with that.
sorry.
With grief and sadness,
Mm,
it's so hard to feel that. It's
to
it
honor it.
it is, and it's
Mm,
hard to sit with it. And but when you're ready, and when you can, to, like you said, to honor it, and to feel it, and
yeah,
to allow it to move through you, because I
yeah.
think we want to just push it
Well,
away. We don't want to
it's
deal
like,
with.
yeah, we want it to be gone immediately instead of honoring it. And you know
Yeah.
what? We always use that cheesy saying, you got to feel it to heal it. You
Yeah.
do. You have
Yeah.
to feel it. You have to move through that pain. You have to move through that emotion in order to start for the healing to begin. And I
Yeah.
always tell people, when you're ready, when you feel ready, then you can start incorporating in things like this to help.
Yeah, and it's and grief and sadness and all of that, and what we go through. It's your journey, and
Yeah. And everyone's
never
looks
saying,
different.
oh, you should get over this or that, or it's like grief can last. I love the saying. It's like grief and sadness is almost, it's like glitter. You know, if you've ever done an art project, or if you've ever done anything and you use
Mm-hmm.
glitter, and then you're walking around, you have a glitter spot here, you have a glitter, you know,
Everywhere.
it's almost like the house can be clean and clear, but there might be a glitter,
yes.
you know, like in the
Yes.
corner, and it might show up, and it's like
Yeah.
one day you're like, yay, and then something, and it's honoring it. And I think that crystals and like energy work, they help us. We don't want to hold on to it, but sometimes we just don't know how to let it go. And so like the energy work allows shifts and moves the energy, just like crystals do, in a way.
And it's those little small steps.
Yes.
It's not going to be wiped away all at once working with crystals or doing energy healing. It might take multiple times, multiple sessions. It is a practice. And I want to send all my love to her. I'm so sorry for your hurt right now. I'm so, so sorry. And I'm holding you so close.
Yeah.
You're not alone.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Does anyone have any questions?
Well, and I wanted to say for grief and loss too, the Apache tear, would you also rose quartz?
Yeah, we actually just did a podcast and YouTube episode with Brittany Darrenbacher on grief. And
yes.
Yeah, so that might be whenever she feels ready.
Yeah.
That's something good to dive into. Brittany is a grief counselor and therapist and women's empowerment coach, and she drops a lot of knowledge on that episode. And then we also talk about crystals in that episode to help progress you and transition you out of your grief and just go through that healing phase. But Apache tears for sure, amethyst, rose quartz, and I always love the Master Healer clear quartz.
Yeah. And that is, will you tell people for that, like, or people that are, you know, that want to watch, it's on YouTube.
Yeah.
It's hard to like the handles. I always get
I know. So we are on all major streaming platforms, on Spotify, you know, Apple, all the podcast platforms. And then we're also on YouTube, which there is a link in our bio from TikTok. You can either put in the tag Our Mother's Crystals, or you can type in the Crystalline Network and you will be able to find us.
Yeah. Okay.
But there's also a link in our bio too to get you there. But that might be something, a great expander for her on her grief journey for sure.
Yeah. And I will say, like, you've been talking a lot about Kyle Gray, and when I first started, my journey, my spiritual journey and angels, and it was like, I just couldn't get enough information. I used angel oracle cards. So if you're looking for just like, and to learn about them, now I will say,
I cannot believe, okay. So first of all, no joke, I was called, I have them right here, to pull out I felt called to do a card pull for the community.
Ooh, well, I love that.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, then we'll do that. The Kyle Gray ones, and actually that Dana's been talking a lot about, and I love Kyle Gray. This is angels and ancestor oracle cards, but a lot of them, they're just very uplifting, positive, beautiful messages, and they really helped me when I was first kind of trying to connect. Now, this person is really, she's kind of gone away from this, but when I first started my journey, Doreen Virtue, she is and these are really great to get to know your angels. They talk about, you know, the different angels. So like Archangel Michael, Raphael, Gabriel, Haniel, Ariel. I mean, there's all, and they're really beautiful. So there's like this one that I have used. I mean, you can see this deck I was looking at. Well, maybe you can't. It is so worn. It's my Archangel Michael deck.
That's the go-to deck.
Oh, and you need this one. This is Metatron.
Oh, yes.
You need this deck. Yeah, this is so there's lots out there. But I would say like the Oracle angel oracle cards, they're just neat. It helps you to get to know the different names, their energy, and just beautiful messages. And it empowers you. Like,
It
to you
does.
connect.
I always think of cards as a tool in your toolbox, and they
Yeah.
are messengers. They
Mhm.
have energy, they have an essence. They were made to do this.
Yeah.
And you can also think about it as a way of your angels speaking to you, you know, delivering you messages. If you have an archangel deck, I'm actually feeling, I brought out a deck, but I'm feeling called to this one. This is the spirit animal oracle. I don't know why I'm feeling animal, so I'm going to pull for the community. Give me just a second.
I swear to gosh, Dana.
Yeah, I'm listening.
So I have been wishing, there is little tiny bits of snow. Like, I'm not kidding. You know, our weather here has been so crazy where it's been hot, and I'm like, it's dreary. It's still dreary, but it is,
I'm looking out my window.
It's spitting. It's here where I am.
Okay.
It's spitting snow. So I'm like, yes,
it's not supposed to be snowing. So I just want to like confirm and affirm. I feel like that is little angel dust coming down on us today. Yeah. Oh my God, how beautiful.
The magic of Christmas.
Yes.
The magic of, yeah.
All right, I'm going to pull for the community. Talk amongst yourselves.
This is not based on religion. And someone just really fast, Dana, did ask if this is based on religion, and it's not. Angels have been around in all sorts of different, even like ancient Egypt, and you think of like the different, you know, like the pyramids, the different, it's more just a consciousness.
Yeah, and an angel is just a label. Okay, for an energy. And I think that just in modern day society, Christianity, Catholicism, biblical references, that's what most people think of when they think of an angel. It's much deeper than that, guys. It goes way deeper than that.
It is just a consciousness, a high vibration, and anyone can tap into it. It's just there. It's love. It is pure, unconditional love, and a reflection, basically, of your own true spirit back to you. Okay, what'd you get?
So real fast, Brittany said, how did you get started with crystals? My entire story, or like the Cliff Notes version of that, is on our first episode of the podcast or the YouTube. You can check it out. And then she also asked, is there a difference between angel cards and tarot cards? Yes and no. So yes, being that they are delivering different messages, delivering different energies. Mm-hmm. They are the same in the fact that they are both messengers. Mm-hmm. Right. Mm-hmm. So I feel like when, you know, going from tarot to oracle, you just need to feel which one resonates with you, which one calls to you. For me, it's typically oracle, but I still work with tarot. So, I mean, it just.
And I'm the same way. For me,
it's just what I feel like that day.
Yeah. And for me, it's a vibration thing. I don't know. I do the oracle as well. If I really need like a specific, I'll do tarot. Like if I'm really asking, but sometimes the tarot can be a little bit like, it's great. They're messengers. I'm drawn more. It's just like anything. I'm drawn more to the.
Yeah. Energetically, I feel more connected to oracle messages than I do tarot. Tarot's really in depth.
Yes.
Tarot takes a long time to master, and it takes a long time to learn. I feel like if you're just starting out with card divination, go with oracle. That's just me personally. Mm-hmm. But there's no harm or foul.
I agree.
Going into tarot, right?
Positive. You know, it's like
exactly.
And a lot of times they'll give you like an uplifting, like something to do, like have gratitude or something to work on. And yes, we will. Well, and I'm sure Dana, you will too. Upload this.
Yes,
to YouTube.
I will be.
I'll upload it to YouTube.
I'll be putting the entire.
Look! It looks like. Wait, where's my crystal? It looks like this energy. It does. What does it say?
So this is dolphin spirit that is coming forward for the community. And it says just on the card alone, this and that are true. So let's dive into what that actually means. And it is card 20. If anyone is into numerology or numbers, 20 is the number as well. So let's get into it. Dolphin spirit, like her earthly manifestation, is a reminder of duality. As the dolphin is both mammal and sea creature, so too is dolphin spirit, both this and that. Mm-hmm. Two truths coexist. The story you tell and another one as well. The duality of life is present when we are suffering, for there is blessings too in the helpers that appear. Mm-hmm. Within clouds are silver linings. when we later reflect on what happened, we can see that a situation was both this and that. And a choice led to both joy and sorrow. No relationship is either all good or all bad. And people have qualities of both light and shadow.
Mm-hmm.
Focus on the positive. So Dolphin is here reminding us that everything has both that light and that dark. There's duality in everything, but we are being asked to focus on the positive, for light exists alongside the darkness. Dolphin Spirit calls for you to come up from below and enjoy a weightless moment in the sun as you dive in and out of this and then that, accepting and even enjoying the duality of life. So, Dolphin is reminding us that even though we have our dark nights of the soul, we have our darkest days, the light is actually existing at the same time. Our focus is our superpower. So however we decide to focus and put what we put our focus on is what will happen in our life and what we will experience more in our life. And let me continue on. Why not join Dolphin Spirit in acknowledging and affirming the blessings present in this moment? In all areas of your life, there are aspects of both this and that. Today, you can celebrate this fact and recognize the complexity and the beauty of the fabric of the universe. You are at a place right now where your past self is still present as you move towards the new self you are becoming. Aspects of both selves are present, so even if you want to say goodbye to what was, you are required to find solace in this between time. Today is not a day to choose over, excuse me. Today is not a day to choose one over the other, but rather to accept things as they are without any judgment or resistance. Man, that's big. It's just a radical acceptance of what is.
Mm-hmm.
Even in matters of the heart, duality is present. Your next action will be obvious when you drop your bias and see things as a whole.
So with that, when you were talking about no judgment, and I think this is like really important too, like the energy, also like talking about the angelic energy and that unconditional love. It's like, no matter how we are feeling, you know, in our good days and our bad days, or if we've had like just things that have happened in our life, or maybe experiences that have happened that maybe that our angelic beings were never judged, and we are always accepted and loved unconditionally, just as we are.
Yes.
And that is that love. It is like, no matter what, no matter how angry I've gotten, or this or that, or if I really berate myself because there's no judgment, that they see us. And I think that's really important. And the dolphin energy for me, when I saw that, and we were talking how to connect with your angels, the best way, it's like that the dolphin represents that playfulness, joy. They're free flowing. It is that energy. And think of the frequency when they have their sound. That sound has a high vibrational energy frequency that resonates.
And it's that energy of, we can't hear it unless we were using special devices to record it.
Right? And they say that like it is their language is something that is and so I think of the crystals, I think of the sound, I think of the energy, you know.
And I also think that everything is existing all at one time. So while they're a mammal but also a sea creature, you have essence of angelic energy in you, but they're also on the other realms too.
Yeah.
I know it's hard to grasp. I know it's hard to wrap your brain around that, but we're literally, everything is existing all at once. It's just what we are aware of, and it's what we put our focus on. And it's just being accepting that this is how it is. Radical acceptance of any situation. I think that that's a message too for the community, is just radical acceptance of whatever you're going through right now. Just be accepting of it. You know, there will be a silver lining that is presented to you if you are open enough to receive that.
And Flower Power just said, so I just need to keep letting it go and keep moving forward. And with that, at your own pace. Give
Oh,
yourself
absolutely.
grace and time.
Yes.
And if, and just, yeah, but yeah, the more that we let go, the more that we are able to free up all of those
Mm,
emotions or those feelings that are heavy, then the easier it is
yeah.
to allow room then to receive. And
Yeah.
yeah, but I love that. And the water energy, of course,
Yeah.
they're just like magical creatures too. So,
Oh, they are.
they're, yeah.
I always think of playfulness. I
Yeah,
do.
that's what, like, joy, have fun,
Yeah.
jumping in the water, and
And
that's
oh my gosh, what better animal to think about to get in that high vibration?
yes,
Call upon dolphin energy to
yes,
assist you in raising your vibration,
hmm,
right?
yes,
When you're able to raise your vibration, you're now able to be more, feel more connected and to connect better and to call in angelic energy when you're vibrating high. So, yeah,
yeah.
that makes sense.
I love that, and
Yeah,
I
me
love
too.
all the colors too.
Yes, it was
Yeah.
perfect.
Uh,
Thank you, Dolphin.
one I wanted this. I think this one. This is that.
Oh, spirit
This is
quartz.
called Spirit Quartz
Yes.
that I got from,
Yes.
and I don't know if you can see that
I
tip,
can.
but it has like the amethyst and citrine,
Yes.
right? And
Yes.
I feel like, once again, this is like, ooh, it has just that like
I mean, come on.
playful, hot, right?
It does. Like the name alone, spirit quartz.
Yeah.
Super high vibrational, helps you to connect to spirit, but the feel and the look of it alone makes you think angelic.
Yes.
It makes
Like,
you think seraphim. It makes you think
yes.
celestial. Right.
Yes.
It makes you think of the other worlds. That's another great one. Yes.
I love, like, and it feels like playful and light
Yes.
and childlike, and
I
I don't
agree.
know, that's the energy
I agree.
that I feel. And I wanted to ask you, because I
Yeah.
don't know a lot about, but I picked this because I kind of, ones that I felt, is it fuchsite?
Oh, yes. Green
Um,
fluorite. Yes.
and it has, I don't know if you guys can see this,
Has
but
a sheen of
it
shit.
sparkles. It
Yes.
has like this,
It has a natural luster, or what would be called a chatoyancy, if you want to get real technical about it. But yes, I mean, I
like,
think that's another great one to call upon angels, to get connected to
yeah.
spirit, the other realms, the ethereal, right?
Yeah,
The
because
ethereal
it's all about too, don't you feel like opening, being
heart.
able, like, having an open heart,
Heart.
opening up that heart, um,
Yes.
to
To be
really,
able to receive.
yeah, to be able to receive,
Yeah,
and to bring and lifting the vibration in your home too, like
totally.
crystals, sounds. Like, look at here, I brought different. Let's see if this one. Can you hear this one?
Yes, I love it.
Can you hear it or no?
Yes. I love that.
I love wind chimes, and I think
Yes.
too, like, one, and you already said this, but if you connecting with the angelic realm, going out in nature,
Mm.
asking them to come
Mhm.
in and to be around you, and listening, watching the leaves and hearing the wind, it's like rustle the leaves, and the trees are hearing the wind chime. We can't see the wind, but we can, it's movement, it's there. The birds that I butterflies, dragonflies, all of these different
Yeah,
fun animals will show up. It
definitely.
is, you just have to believe it is there,
Yeah.
it's a
And
belief.
it's like you also just have to be aware, because it's not like birds have never been around you your entire life. They've
Yeah,
always been here. But how aware are you when they are showing up,
yeah,
how they are showing up? You know what I'm saying? Like, okay, let's say I go out and I am like, I've put it in my mind, I put it out in the universe, I'm going to connect. I
yeah,
want to see a sign. And then, by golly, a bird comes and starts singing as
yeah.
loud as I've ever heard it ever sing before in my
Mm-hmm.
face. And
Mm-hmm.
it's not scared of me.
Yeah,
That is a sign. But I have to have that open heart. I have to be open enough to receive the message, and I have to be aware of it. I could just go on and be like, Psh, that
yeah,
didn't mean nothing.
yeah.
But
And then to say thank you, it is like,
yes,
oh, like, I get excited
yes,
where it's like, thank you so much, I see that,
yes.
I hear you, I see you, please, yes, thank you, more please,
Oh
like,
my
I
gosh, yeah.
want more of that in my
Yes,
life.
more please.
and I'm recognizing you. I hear you. I see you. Please, like you just yeah, it can be very subtle. You have to be open. Someone asked, do you have to be barefoot in order to ground outside? I mean, no, like you can go if you can. Obviously, right now I'm not
It's
going to be walking around barefoot. It's freezing, but
right. It's best if you can.
right,
It's best if you don't have a leather. I'm sorry. It is best if you don't have a
rubber,
rubber sole on
right,
your shoe because rubber is not a conductor of energy.
right.
So, like for instance, my mentor walks around in leather moccasins
Mm-hmm.
all the time. So think about that. But is it a necessity? No, you're still going to get Mother Earth energy within your being if you just go outside. Now, I will say that it is best to like maybe go sit on the
Mm-hmm.
ground. So like we don't want to be barefoot right now. It's freezing outside, right? But if you can just go sit on Mother Earth, even through your clothing,
Mm-hmm.
you know, you're gonna get grounding Mother Earth energy. You're gonna get that natural ions from the earth.
Or even like going out and putting your hands, like a lot of times I love
Yes.
tree energy,
Yes.
and I just visualize, I'll, you know, quickly, it's like even
Oh,
touching, and you know, and sometimes I'm on my walk, I honestly like to hug trees, and sometimes I'm in my
I
favorite
do
place. I'm
too,
looking around and
honey.
I'm like, is anyone going to see me where they're going to think I'm a complete, and then I'm like,
I know. I know. No shame in my
yeah.
game. I get it.
um
I have a tree in the backyard and I just go and love on her.
Yeah, and or just putting your hands and just asking.
Yeah.
It's like, you know, for that grounding energy. Imagine her just taking your energy down to her roots, really rooting you down, and just and
Mm-hmm.
then telling her thank you, like thank you so much for your beautiful energy.
Yeah.
It's an exchange, but even
And yeah,
and crystals ground. I mean,
yeah, that's
grounding
what I was
crystals.
gonna
Yeah.
say. Like, you don't like some people live in high-rise apartments and they just can't go out to nature all
Yes.
the time. So what do? You bring nature into you. It can be in the form of crystals, it can be in the form of house plants. You know, you can grab onto this is earth energy. This came from the earth. So you are getting Mother Earth energy in your crystals. You can also just do a visualization, you know, of getting in that meditative state and then roots coming from your spine
Yes.
down into the earth and you're
Yes.
being rooted just like a tree is with Mother Earth energy. And that helps me sometimes to get
Yes.
grounded. You know, I
Another thing, I think Flower was it, let's see. Yeah, Flower Power said, and I do this is something that I do when I'm a fire sign and
yeah.
I'm very sun energy. It's
Yes.
really it's and she said you know, just embracing that sun. And I will say, now you have to be careful, but I have in certain places in my home where the sunlight first comes in and
Mm.
it pours in, and it's almost like I will, it's like kind of you know, you don't want to stare at the sun, but sun gazing, like
Yeah.
asking that
Yes.
energy to fill you, to clear you with
Yeah.
that high vibration. It's almost like breathing it in. And to me, it sounds strange, but it's
No,
almost like
not
the
at all.
reflection of it has light codes or an energetic where I'm asking, like,
So
whatever, yeah, to fill that solar plexus and that energy back up. Yeah.
I just want to thank you for sharing that because it's like total affirmation and confirmation for me that I myself, I'm an air sign.
Mm-hmm.
So I tend to stay up in the airy spots, the clouds, you know, the
Mm-hmm.
ethereal realms. And I connect more deeply with grandfather sun.
Mm-hmm.
So the sun is a little bit more energizing and clearing for me than Mother Earth is. I
Mm-hmm.
know that sounds ridiculous, but
Mm-hmm.
truly that's where I get a lot of my energy and a lot of my clearing is from grandfather sun. So I can
Mm-hmm.
completely resonate with you on that. And
Yeah.
you know, you don't have to just ground with Mother Earth. There are other things,
Water.
modalities. Yeah, and
Water
water. Yeah,
element,
other things you can use.
yes,
Yeah,
and you can. Water is not only, you know, clearing and cleansing. It does have a grounding effect, you know, sitting in a salt
totally,
bath. If
totally.
there's a creek with rocks and running water and you're able to like stand, obviously, you know, if you're in a warm place, stand in that. Ooh, man, you got the rock,
Yes.
you got the earth, you got the water, you got
Yes.
it's yeah. So
And I think you just find what resonates with you and what works for you, you know,
yeah.
especially for grounding purposes.
Yeah, because and then also drumming. I know you love drumming, but drumming, or like
Yes.
you all know, like my crystal, my root chakra. You know, there's different things that I use or that I do. Um,
Drumming is one of the ways that I truly feel connected to Mother Earth. I can go
Mhm.
walk out on Mother Earth all day and hug trees all day, and I do feel connected. But drumming is like one of the gifts that was giving to me in my shamanic practices that really it resonates with me. Like it's soul food to me.
Mhm.
And it truly it does. It makes me feel so grounded and connected to Mother Earth. I'm
Yeah.
glad you mentioned that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Is there any other questions?
Yeah. Do you guys have any
Yeah,
other
any questions, guys?
questions?
Let us know.
Um, yeah, and you didn't mention I love rose quartz also like for
Yes.
heart.
Yes. And thank you
What
guys for all the likes, all the things. We really appreciate it. It means the world to us.
I was trying to think if I brought anything else out to show that I'd love to use.
There is one crystal I did not bring out because I gifted my last one I have out of my personal collection. It's called Seraphinite. It's named after the Seraphim realms. That
Ooh, yeah.
it's a green chatoyant crystal. It comes out of Russia. It is on the rarer side. I don't have one to show you right now, and I have none in stock. I sell out of it every time
What
we
is
have.
it called? What is it called?
It's called Seraphinite. It's
Yeah,
SER.
like seraphim.
Yep, APH, and then INITE.
What
Seraphinite.
color is it?
Green.
Oh
It's a
God, I
deep
would love
dark
it.
forest green. It's chatoyant. Oh, it's beautiful, beautiful crystal. I just unfortunately don't have one to show you guys, but that is another one I really like for connection.
Well, and I
Yes,
love these
honey.
malachite and then
Yes.
chrysocolla. Like
Yes.
I love any. Oh gosh, and this one, talk about like dolphin energy. This
Oh
chrysocolla,
my God, the chrysocolla. Yeah.
that
Mm.
and the throat chakra, what you were
Yep.
talking about, speaking your
Communication.
truth, connecting your third eye. Oh,
Communication, like when connecting using crystals and other realms, I always think of the throat chakra because even though we may not be physically using our voice, we are still wanting to communicate. And we definitely want to have the throat chakra involved when doing that. And then the third eye and the crown as well. So you'll see a lot of blues and whites.
yeah. Oh, I'm gonna show. Someone says, "Where's the best place to get it done?" I'll show you mine really fast. I'll
Oh,
I'll, I'll play it.
yeah.
And then
I have a Remo drum, REMO. It is made of synthetic buffalo skin.
you have the
Um,
same as me.
yeah, I
That's
have
what
this.
mine is. So
Yeah, except mine's not black. It's, the natural color, but yeah, same
yeah.
drum.
And I like Remo, so I'll let
I
you
do
hear. Let's see
too.
if you can hear the sound. I'm gonna do it this way. See if you can. Does it come through?
Yep.
It has a very, and I like to put it just. I mean, it when you have it like this,
Oh my
and
goodness.
it
Drum
it has.
feeling on the body. Like if you want to drum and let that reverb on your body, talk about some healing sensations. Ooh.
Yes. And what you said, I love the Remo or the synthetic because
Yeah.
like if you were to go outside or heat or cold, if you had an actual real type hide, it will
Right.
the tone will shift and change due
Yes.
to the temperature
Correct.
or and then plus I'm vegetarian and animal. I mean
Yeah.
I know, but
Right.
anyways, but
Right.
so but it's just yeah, so but you can get these actually on Amazon. I got
Yeah.
mine on Amazon.
I can't remember exactly where I bought mine from, but it was just like online somewhere. And I
Yeah.
think the one that, just felt good to me.
Yeah. And like I said, anything else like hold on.
Yeah. Come on.
I
Show us,
just
girly.
new. Hold on.
Show
I'm
us.
so excited. So, oh gosh, I got so excited I started
Oh,
shaking the thing.
fun. Fun.
Oh, it's called Remo. Remo is the brown buffalo drum. And I got mine on Amazon. I actually have the link for it on my Amazon storefront.
Oh, there you go.
Okay, so y'all know I do my crystal singing bowls. So this is another type of singing. Obviously, it's a triangle, like how you said. Do you have one of these? Because
I don't have one of these.
and
I just
what you
got
can
ringing. I'm getting, oh my gosh. Okay. Thank you. Ringing in
yeah,
my.
you can spin it too. So like the sound lasts a lot longer. And then like if someone
Yes.
was playing, I could take it and spin it, and then the energy,
Yeah.
but I'll hold it and let you guys, I don't know how it's gonna come across here.
How
Um
fun. Ooh. Oh my God, love this, Molly.
anyways, and it'll last, and then you can spin it, and when you go over the crown or the heart, it's
Oh,
like that energy you can, and they have different sizes.
oh, I love it. I can you can feel the reverberation when it's spiraling. Like you can feel it just this way. I want that during my next session, please.
Yeah. But there's just so, I just think it's like being in that energy, that vibration, anything, just bringing that energy, and even listening to like beautiful music just on
That's something else I
YouTube.
love to do is like just listening to binaural. I always say this wrong.
Me too.
Binaural beats.
Yeah, I say like binary, and I don't think that's right.
Binaural
Binary beat.
beats.
I don't even think that's right.
I can never pronounce it right, so please
Yeah.
excuse me. But that is also like a huge vibrator for me, and it's also very clearing to me, depending on what frequency
Yeah.
I'm listening to. But I'm a huge believer in that type of medicine and healing.
Yeah. Yeah. Do you want me to just name? I'll just, and then people, I mean, this would be something totally different, and there's so many, but do you all want me to name a few like archangels or anything like that you can look up
Yeah.
or because I could, that would have to be a whole nother thing, like if we went into like
Yeah.
specifics. But like Archangel Michael for protection,
Right.
100%. His shield, his sword. One of the crystals I like to use for Michael, like that is
That makes
the
sense.
pyrite, because I feel like the shield, and then he also kind of watches out for like Leo's, that fire energy. He has
Right.
a lot of that like protective, but he has the blue, like blue energy, blue essence, is kind of his color. Raphael, Archangel Raphael, is the healing angel. So if you are in need of healing, if you are a healer, if you are a nurse, if you work in that industry, but when you need healing, Raphael, and his color is green. Gabriel, I like to call on Gabriel. Gabriel is the messenger, right? So, asking for clear, accurate messages. Also with communication. So great angel for writers, for artists, for anyone that does a lot of speaking, writing. It's that communication piece. But I do say that, I'll say, please, Archangel Michael, flow through, or Archangel Gabriel, flow through me so that I receive clear, accurate, and precise messages for those around me. But you can ask that for clarity. Ask Archangel Gabriel to come in. One of my other favorites is Uriel, Archangel Uriel, and he is like the light of God. And I imagine just this beautiful golden energy. But and when I say him, her, whatever, there's really none of that. It's just the energy feels more masculine.
Masculine, right.
But I feel like that he really helps to help you move you along your path, helps you to move forward.
Thank you for sharing this. I'm learning.
Yeah. And then some more of the feminine, once again, it's not necessary. It's how I feel them. So they may feel different to you, but Archangel Ariel is beautiful to me. She is like the feminine of Michael. She is like the peaceful warrior. She is the angel that watches over nature, animals. So if you are one of those who loves nature, animals, children, she is the protector. She really flourishes in those areas. So if you want to connect with Ariel, going out in nature, and like I said, she has like this divine, it's almost like the feminine side of Michael. That's how I would, and
I
she is
like
called
her.
the Lioness of God. So I always
Oh, I
see
like
her a
her.
lot with the lion. Yeah, lion, fire energy, good for Leos. And then let's see who else. Jophiel is the angel of beauty. So if you want to bring beauty into your home, help you to see beauty in life, Jophiel is great to call in. Haniel she's associated with the moon energy, the water, divine feminine, your intuition,
Yeah.
helping mothers, helping, yeah. So there's a lot, there's a lot, but yeah.
Well, thank you for sharing that because I didn't know that.
Yeah. So, yeah.
Me and Ariel are going to be like this.
Yeah.
Soon.
Oh, yeah.
That's the one that's speaking to me right now.
Yeah. Yes. Yeah. 100%.
Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome. Do you guys have any other questions? Or anything you want to ask? Anything about crystals? Anything about... Oh, someone asked about card decks. Like I don't like for favorite card decks or angel ones. Any of these? Do you have favorite ones?
I mean, not particularly angel based, but I do have my favorites.
You know, do you want to share yours and then I'll share some of mine?
So my all-time favorite, the one that never ever lets me down, is the Mystical Shaman Oracle by Colette Baron Reed. Colette Baron Reed is amazing. Like anything she makes, I'm here for it. But this is the one that like I truly connect with, and it's like the messages are always spot on. So that one, and then I love working with spirit animals. So actually, the one I just pulled from another one.
And I'm gonna have to get that one. What is that one called? And
it is called The Spirit Animal Oracle by Colette Baron Reed again.
The Spirit Animal.
So those are my two favorite oracles, and then I have some for tarot that I love, but they're like kind of put away over here. So, but I love card divination.
Yeah. Well, I did one of my favorite. This is not angelic. Well, it's more kind of it's that magical fairy childlike is called The Sacred Forest. I love
to me. Oh my God, it speaks to me so heavily.
It's beautiful images. It's that high vibration. I do love Kyle Gray's deck, and that is Angels and Ancestors, and he does have one. I believe that is just Angels. I don't have his. Yeah, is it art? Yeah, and I don't have that. Deck.
I have asked for both of those decks for Christmas, FYI, because I saw them. I just happened, like the last time I saw Molly, I looked out. I was like, oh my God. Like I felt really drawn to them.
Yeah.
So I take a picture and I'm like, Dougie.
Yeah.
I want those.
And if you're wanting to learn about angels, so these are by, and I don't know if you can find them because like I said, she's kind of stepped out of like the spiritual. Yeah, but they are really good as far as learning about angels. This one is Messages from Your Angels by Doreen Virtue, and this one is Archangel Oracle card. So this would be a really good one, just starting out, learning the names, learning about them, and they're beautiful messages. They're just they're.
So it's funny. It's like I've started to like really conjure a relationship with angels now, and it was all because of you. Like I told you, it's like I knew they existed and I knew that they were there, and I had a little bit of knowledge and connection with them. But, you know, your gift, one of your major gifts to me has been showing me that relationship that I can have with the angels. So I'm definitely going to get those to further my education.
And they're great because you get to understand kind of like what they can help you with. And and if you do it daily, you might pull the same card where you're retaining that information.
Correct.
Yes. And it does. It helps you to connect with them, and they know that, hey, yeah, I'm here. She wants to, play. She wants to be there. So
yeah, definitely. Thank you, Molly.
You're welcome. All right. Well, if you guys, do you have anything else that you want to share? I think I've shared everything. Do you have
I feel like I
anything
have
else?
to. I've shared all my favorite crystals in
Yeah.
the industry standards for contacting your angels. Of course, if anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them crystal related. But this has been really fun and enjoyable for me. I've learned a lot.
Yeah. Let's see. Question. Can you read yourself? Can you read for yourself? What is
Yeah.
that? Yeah. Oh, yeah. I pull all the time,
Oh
in
my
the
God.
morning. Like, if there's anything that, I need to know, or yeah, all the time.
I do a card pull every day.
Mhm.
Almost every day.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
And sometimes it's funny because sometimes I like these card decks. What? Like this one has 52 cards in it. And you know what? Sometimes I will pull the same
Me too.
card
And
over and I'm like, okay, there are some like really? And it's like, you might
yes.
have received this message.
Listen, I
Maybe
get
not doing
excited.
what and sometimes I'm like, no, I'll put
I
it
get
back in,
so
shuffle it, and I'm like, it's just
yes.
so, so
Yes, and I get so excited when that happens because it's like, oh, okay, this
mhm.
is the message. This is what I'm supposed to be seeing and hearing right now.
Yeah,
Okay, message received. Thank you. I
right.
love it when that happens.
Yeah.
I have a fun story with cards. My mentor, who I go, see sessions with, she pulls a card every time, and I went to 4 sessions. They were weekly at this point, and for those 4 sessions in a row, weekly,
Mm-hmm.
pulled the same exact card every time for me. After reshuffling, she had seen
Mm-hmm.
other people between, me and
Yeah.
um it was just like cards, they will yell at you and they will scream at you until you get the message.
Yeah. Oh, 100%. Yes. And and I always think it's good like reading what it has to say and then if when you look at it,
Giving your own interpretation.
yeah, like
Yes.
let's see, I'll just like pull
Yeah.
one and we'll just like look at the picture. And what does it represent? What does it mean to you? What are the images as far as what
100%.
colors? What yeah,
Numbers, colors, feelings.
yeah,
Um, I always say, like, yes, you can read the book and see what their interpretation is and what their message is for pulling that card, but it is always the feeling. What are you feeling with it?
yeah.
You know,
And
you
I love so the one that I pulled is Moonlight Enchantment Magic. And I feel like that is, it's that like the spirit of Christmas, you have to come from that space, that childlike space of believing, of knowing that it
100.
is and connecting in with that.
Mm,
And anyways, and again, so the wolf to me, it is an expression of your voice. It is that throat chakra again.
yes.
The moon energy, it has a lot
And
of that divine feminine, yeah,
also talking, talking
yeah,
to Mother Moon, talking to Grandmother Moon, talking to the other realms. Start creating that relationship. Start talking.
yeah. And I think like connecting with nature, knowing once again that we all are connected.
Yes.
Me, you, the trees, the earth,
We're not
and
separate.
yeah, and
We're not.
and when we go out in nature and when we connect with that energy, with the animals, with the trees, with each other, that it does help us to raise that
Yes.
vibrational
Yeah.
level. Yeah. So yeah,
And
cool.
it's like always just being aware that everything is communicating with us. It's just, whether we are aware and open to it.
Yeah.
Like I'll never forget this. My mentor taught me, like, she's like, okay, go up to a bush, a tree, a flower, and just be aware that it's aware of you.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
For what?
there's a spirit in everything, in the
Yeah, like,
trees, in the
yeah,
crystals, in the earth, in the
it
flowers, everything.
like this tower is aware that I'm here right now.
Yeah,
Like, I mean, how cool is that? Like, that is
yeah.
a bond already created.
Mm-hmm.
That simple notion, that simple saying made me so aware of how everything does have a spirit and we are connected and that we are always communicating with each other. We just have to be aware of it.
Right, right, and be
Yeah.
open to see the signs,
Yeah.
and your signs will be different, from others, whether it's a
Right.
feather,
Right.
a bird, a rainbow, a song,
Yeah.
chills, a dream. I mean, there's just so many but yeah, ask. It's like that thing. Ask and you
You
shall
shall receive.
ask and you shall receive. And so just ask, say, hey, I need help. Just come in and yeah. And then here's one from, so this is Zedekiel. Keep an open mind and learn new ideas, then teach these ideas to others. So this
Oh my God.
beautiful energy. So I think it is, it's all about learning and connecting, you know, with your angels, learning about them, getting to know them, getting to know their energy, and allowing them to help you along your spiritual journey and growth. And,
I love
yeah,
that.
so
Thank
yeah,
you.
you're welcome.
Oh my gosh.
All right.
Well, thank you all for joining us.
Yes.
Thank you all.
Thank
Like, seriously, thank you all for taking the time out of your day to connect with us in this, vessel that is a TikTok live. Thank you all for being open-minded with us, and, just thank you for your time and your energy. It means a lot.
and I'm probably not going to say this right, and my eyes are so bad. Is it Devika says it's one of the best lives I have ever watched. Thank you both so much. Flower Power said thank you for everything. Healing with, gosh, see, sorry guys. I think it's Borka. Thank you, lovely ladies.
Aren't you all sweet? Thank you. Oh my gosh. I feel so blessed, and I really feel honored to just like be here, and for Molly to invite me on once a month to do this with her. I feel really honored and blessed to be a part of it, truly.
And someone just said I was here 10 minutes and love you girls already. Well, thank you for being here. And
so sweet.
yeah, and do you guys have any suggestions, or what do you like? You know, what is we've done now? How many have we done, Dana?
Is this our third?
No, I think we've done more, right? Or no? Was this our third?
Oh, we had the Q&A, we had the abundance and prosperity, and now we're doing this one. So this is our third.
Okay, gosh, it feels like we've done more, doesn't it?
I know. It feels like we've known each other forever.
Yeah.
So if you guys have suggestions on things you'd like for us to talk on that include like crystals, Reiki, whatever it may be, like we're going to do these once a month for you all.
Yeah, what do you like? What
Yeah.
Suggestions. Flower Power said soul sisters. Yeah.
Well,
we are soul sisters. We just like
totally
like, and how she feels, I feel, and it's interesting. Yep. It's almost like yin and yang. She has more of that, just like, man, she's on it, she's precise, like she's got it, and I'm more like like whatever.
Well, I think we balance, right?
We do. It's like
balance each other.
We do, yeah. But do you guys have
and Brittany said, thank you guys, love these sessions. She's so sweet. Thank you for being here, Brittany.
Is anybody oh, I don't know if I have the angel oracle cards on there yet. I can put up, I do have Kyle Gray's and the forest, my forest, what was it, this one, the sacred forest. But yeah, any suggestions or things that you want to learn more about? Or
yeah, like, do you want to learn about crystals and Reiki for the root chakra? Do you want us to do a whole chakra series? Do you want us to maybe we could do a whole grief, like a
yeah
grief
I mean, there's so many, I guess, like you could do different emotions, anger, grief. I mean, like, it is. So
but I really am interested to know what you all want to learn about, like how
they want to know about crystals, because yeah, so crystals, so more it's like
do another crystal Q&A, like we're just open.
Let's see, this is not our first one, this is our third, and they are all
they're all on our YouTube.
They're all on YouTube.
Yes,
we did, the Q&A, manifestation.
Yep.
Now angels will upload that. I want to learn it all. Let's see, Reiki, so more Reiki.
Maybe we do one on Reiki, and like you talk more in depth on Reiki, and I can talk about how crystals can help to amplify, accentuate, and progress people that use Reiki, or I don't know. I'm just throwing things out there.
Chakras. Someone said chakras.
Chakras is always fun for me. That's like one of my things.
Well, and I think that goes along with Reiki in the sense of when I'm doing a session, I'm working on all your chakras. And
Correct.
so like, you know, so it's those energy centers. So that might be a nice one. I mean, that would flow it would be a very Reiki and chakras.
So Brittany said grounding. I need to work on grounding.
Gosh. Yeah.
So, I mean, obviously, like maybe we do one on the root. Oh my God, it would be a great time to talk about it too, because we're in the winter months. We're in the slowest time of the year, like that we're in the north as far as the will of the year. Great time to be grounded, like to get grounded. So maybe,
Yeah. Okay. And this came in. So, all right. So our next one would be January, right?
yes.
So maybe
This is
two.
fun.
Well, like root two, I think about root and sacral. Really, I think about removing, you know, the fear and all of that to help us move forward in the direction of where we want to go. Because like the
Correct.
new year, we might have new things that we want to start. So how do we do that? What do we do to help get those energetic blocks out of the way to help us move forward? I don't know.
Well, and I think like you have to sit still to move forward.
Yeah.
And you do. Like you have to have that root chakra under control. You have to feel safe. Like you have to feel safe and secure in where you're at in your life in order to make the decisions to move forward.
Yeah.
And I actually like Muakkite came through for me as the crystal of the month for December. And that channeled message, like it kind of just coincides. It correlates to what we're talking about here, that you've got to have that root chakra under control before you can make any decisions and move forward. So that, I mean, it just kind of makes sense.
Yeah.
Right?
So we could just talk about, start with the root, really. I mean,
yeah, and then work
kind of go up. Just go up, but start with the root. That would cover grounding. That would help, you know, just talk about, feeling safe, protected. And then all the fun stuff of, you know, in our survival mode, money and our house, you know, all that like survival. Right.
Yeah. And like when the root chakra is off, this is what you'll be experiencing. You might be experiencing a lot of fear. You might be experiencing a lot of anxiety, and how that can correlate into what you're experiencing in your everyday life. Fear of not having enough money, or, you know, all the things that come along with it.
Yeah.
I love that.
And so YouTube's. So Dana, do you want to tell them your like the YouTube handle, so when they go to find you, and then I'll tell them mine. So
I try to keep everything cohesive with our business name, which is Our Mother's Crystals. So you can type in at Our Mother's Crystals, and you will be brought to the Crystalline Network presented by Our Mother's Crystals. You can also do a search for the Crystalline Network, and we will come up that way as well.
Yeah. And mine is it's the same thing. It's Sunflower Soul Healing. Yeah. I think it's weird. They put a number behind mine now.
Did they?
And I don't know. No, of course I can't remember the number, because I'm like, why is that? But it's Sunflower Soul Healing is my YouTube. But probably, do you have it listed on your TikTok? Like, if they want to go directly to your YouTube, do you have it where they can just click it and then it takes you there to?
Yeah, I do. Okay. So you actually go to our bio. I have our link tree there, which takes you to all of our socials. But you can also click on the little camera that looks like the Instagram button, and then you can choose from Instagram or YouTube.
I need to do that. I have the Instagram on there, but I don't have the YouTube. But
yeah, you can connect your YouTube on that one too. So like I've tried to make it as simple as possible for all of these things to be connected. We had to choose OMC Crystal Shop for our handle on here. I had Our Mother's Crystals at one point, and they took me off of TikTok, said I did something that was against community guidelines. So I could never use it again.
Yeah. That's crazy. Yeah. Yeah. Well, yeah. So if you go to the bios, you can click to go there. And then I will say, like, for you, Dana, because I get asked this all the time on my lives. Where do you get your crystals? Where can I get crystals from? Where do you get? And so I always talk about you, but with Dana, so like when she does, and they're addictive. They do their live sales on Instagram, and it's really neat. Like they'll show, you know, like a crystal, and then if you like it, now you're on with other people, they'll tell you, all right, this is the code, and it's like how much it is, and then the number, and then you put it in to claim it. So if you're interested in like crystals and purchasing them, they do their live? I don't
Well,
know. How many times do you do it?
well, right. We're doing such huge events right now. They're like 3-day marathon live events. We're
Oh
doing them
my.
a month. That's going to change here in the
Okay.
future. We do them like every other week.
Oh
But
wow.
it's,
Oh really? So
yeah,
it's not, you don't wait in between. You just do like,
they'll be smaller in scale though, because
okay.
there's
Yeah.
only me
Yeah.
and there's Doug that helps me with
Yeah.
the packing and the shipping. So, it's a lot of work behind the
Right.
scenes. So right now we're doing really huge mega marathon sales once a month on Instagram. If you can't catch us there, I do have a website, ourmotherscrystals.com. However, only about 10% of our inventory is on there. We save about 90% just for the live shows. I am actually getting ready to update the website here in the next couple of weeks while I have time to do so. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, I appreciate you shouting us out in that way and letting
Yeah.
people
Yeah. Because
know.
it's great, and
Thank you.
they ship all over, so you can actually like
Yeah,
purchase them from the comfort of your home while you're in your pajamas drinking
yeah.
coffee. Or at least that's what I'm
Yeah,
doing.
and ship worldwide. Like we have clients all over the world. It's incredible
Yeah.
how crystals have brought so many people into my life.
Yeah. So, yeah. All
Yeah,
right.
thank you
Well,
guys.
we'll figure out our next date and we'll put a
Yeah,
post on. And but thank you all for joining us. And
yeah. Thank you for all the likes, the comments, the shares. All of that means so much to us.
yeah. All right.
All right, love you all.
Well, love you. Bye, guys. Thank you.
Bye.
See ya.